see, this is also known as time convolution property. Now we need to understand what is a time convolution. Okay, now this is also known as time convolution property. Now if I am having x1t with the Fourier transform x1 omega and x2t will have the Fourier transform x2 omega. Then in that case, if x1t has the Fourier transform x1 omega, x2t has the Fourier transform x2 omega, then if I am taking x1t convolution x2t, then in that case the Fourier transform is very simple. It is multiplication in frequency domain x1 omega into x2 omega. So that is what it means, the time convolution property. If I am taking x1t and x2t as a different functions, and if they are x1 omega and x2 omega are their respective Fourier transforms, then if I am taking the convolution in time domain, that is x1t convolution x2t will have the Fourier transform, that is x1 omega into x2 omega. That is what is the convolution property. Next one is the multiplication property. Multiplication property. In the multiplication property, it is saying multiplication property. It is also known as the frequency convolution. It is just opposite of this property. This one is time convolution, this one is frequency convolution. Now let's see again, that is in frequency convolution theorem, if I am having x1t Fourier transform as x1 omega, x2t has Fourier transform x2 omega, then x1t into x2t. What are we doing? We are taking the multiplication in time domain. Multiplication in time domain, it will have Fourier transform, which is 1 by 2 by x1 omega convolution x2 omega. So then here this side it will be convolution, okay? x1 omega convolution x2 omega, and here the convolution in time domain will have the multiplication in frequency domain. Similarly, if I take the multiplication in time domain, I will get convolution at frequency domain. Okay? Now this can even be written as Fourier transform. Now this is in terms of omega. Omega is nothing but 2 pi f. From here we are already 1 by 2 pi. So that can be written as x1f. If we are given with x1f convolution x2f. Okay? Because omega is 2 pi f. If I am taking in terms of f, that is frequency, this one is angular frequency, that is 2 pi f. Omega value is, we already know it's 2 pi f. Now if I am taking in terms of f, it will be x1f convolution x2f. That is the only difference. Okay? So that one is the multiplication in time domain. Multiplication in time domain. This one is convolution in time domain. Now the next one is the Parseval's theorem. Now the Parseval's theorem we have already studied. If I am having x1t as Fourier transform x1 omega and x2t has Fourier transform x2 omega, then in that case, according to the Parseval's theorem, integration minus infinity to infinity x1t into x2 conjugate t, x1t into x2 conjugate t will have the value 1 by 2 pi integration minus infinity to infinity, which is x1 omega into x2 conjugate omega d omega. ठीक है? So if I am taking x1 t into x2 conjugate, this is an x2 conjugate value. ठीक है? And in that case 1 by 2 pi, it will be equal to 1 by 2 pi integration minus infinity to infinity x1 omega into x2 conjugate omega d omega. Both the side it will be same, the multiplication. This side it will be 1 by 2 pi as we all know, and that will be conjugate. यहाँ पर x1 t x2 conjugate लिया, that side it will be x1 omega x2 conjugate omega. That is the for definitely for complex x1 t and x2t. For complex x1t and x2t, मतलब आपका x1t x2t has to be a complex function. So this is what is our Parseval's theorem. Now the next is the Parseval's identity. Now according to the Parseval's identity, my x1 t is equals to x2 t equals to xt. Now the same thing that I am taking, if these two are same, x1 t and x2 are same, and let it be equal to x of t, then the energy signal, then the energy of the signal is given by E equals to minus infinity to infinity mod of xt plus square dt, and this is equals to 1 by 2 pi integration minus infinity to infinity mod of x omega square d omega. ठीक है? So if this one is the Parseval's identity in which we are taking x1 t and x2 t as the same function, that is x of t. Then the energy of the signal, Parseval's identity हमेशा energy पे work करता है. So in that case we take the energy of the signal and that will be equals to minus infinity to infinity. Here it is mod of xt का square because these two are same and we are taking the mod of it. So that is what it will be. अगर conjugate भी होगा तो भी वही होगा. So that is just a form of it. मतलब ये identity है, Parseval's theorem का identity है. ठीक है? So here x1 t x2 t का mod ले लिया and that becomes a square. And that side also it is 1 by 2 pi integration minus infinity to infinity x of omega का square. अगर ये x1 t है x2 t xt है तो definitely their Fourier transforms will also be same. That will be x of omega. ठीक है? So that is what is Parseval's identity, and x of omega square, that is mod of x of omega square, it is called as energy density spectrum of xt. Energy density spectrum of xt. ठीक है? So that is what it means. X of omega जो है वो energy density spectrum है of xt. Clear? So that was all about the Parseval's identity. Now we have 2 more theorems left and we'll solve the numericals. Now another one, this one was 11, 12. Area under the curve. Now area under the curve of any function xt, if I am taking any function xt and the area under the curve of that function, if I have to take xt has Fourier transform x of omega, then if I am taking the area of under curve of any function, area under curve मतलब minus infinity to infinity x of t dt, this will be equals to 1 by 2 pi x of omega. Now what it is saying, that area under the curve of any function xt will be equals to 1 by 2 pi times x of omega at omega equals to 0. Now x of 0 means what? It is nothing but x of omega at omega equals to 0. So that is what it means. Area under the curve of any function xt, अगर कोई function xt लेते हैं तो उसका area under curve हमें लेना है. So in that case that will be equals to 1 by 2 pi times x of 0, where x of 0 is nothing but x of omega at omega equals to 0. So that is what is the area under curve. इसका first property है ये. और इसी का second property says that area under the Fourier transform. Now area under the Fourier transform if I am taking, that is minus infinity to infinity x of omega d omega. This is nothing but small x of 0. If I am taking the area under curve of the Fourier transform of any function xt, अगर ये मैं लेती हूँ that is minus infinity to infinity capital X of omega d omega, that will be equals to small x of 0. तो ये x0 हो जाएगा, that will be x of t at t equals to 0. Here x of t at t equals to 0 will be x of 0. So that these are the area under curve properties and these are very important properties. ठीक है? And here we are done with all the properties. Now let us solve the numericals based on this. Now, first one, obtain the Fourier transform of cos of omega naught t ut. Have we done any property based on this? Cos of omega naught t ut, there was a property which was known as the modulation property. And what was the modulation property? Now, according to modulation property, xt into cos omega ct that we did in yesterday's class. ठीक है? Modulation property, this is equals to 1 by 2 x of omega minus omega c plus x of omega plus omega c. हमने ये किया था कि नहीं किया था? Have we done this property in yesterday's lecture? Have we done this property or not? Just reply fast, students. Because I don't remember कि हमने किया था कि नहीं किया था. I'm just asking you modulation property. No, we just skipped that property, I guess. Yes, we skipped that property. ठीक है, चलो. We have 2-3 properties to do. Let me just explain that property also. This was the modulation property. ठीक है? Now, one was modulation property. Now in the modulation property, as I have already said, if xt has Fourier transform x of omega and if I multiply cos of omega c t to xt, it will have Fourier transform which is 1 by 2 pi x of omega minus omega c plus x of omega plus omega c. This was the modulation property that we know that if xt has the Fourier transform x of omega, then this gets multiplied. If this particular term, that is cos of omega ct, gets multiplied to x of t, then the Fourier transform is 1 by 2. 1 by 2 x of omega minus omega c. X omega is already here, इसमें हम omega c minus करेंगे, plus x of omega plus omega c. Now these two terms will get added divided by 2. Now similarly, if I am taking sin of omega ct into xt, and if I have to take the Fourier transform, it will be 1 by 2j. It will be 1 by 2j x of omega minus omega c minus this side x of omega plus omega c. So these are the two properties. That is the modulation property. It is saying if I am multiplying x of omega ct, this will be the Fourier transform, and if I am multiplying sin omega ct, this will be the Fourier transform. Now there was another property which is known as duality. Duality is very simple. If xt has Fourier transform x omega, then if I am taking, just listen very carefully students, if xt has Fourier transform x of omega, ठीक है, xt का Fourier transform x of omega हो रहा है. Now if in this one, if in this x of omega, I am replacing this omega by t. If I am replacing this omega by t, this becomes x of t. This becomes x of t. Now if this is my function, अगर ये मेरा function है, तो in that case the Fourier transform will be 2 pi small x of minus omega. If xt has Fourier transform x of omega, and in this one, if I am replacing omega by t, if I am replacing omega by t, then this is my function and this becomes x of t. Now capital X of t will have Fourier transform that will be equals to 2 pi into x of minus omega. Minus omega मतलब ये जो xt है, this is my original xt. This xt will have the value omega in place of t, and that is again minus of that. ठीक है, तो ये जो xt रहेगा उसमें t की जगह पर minus omega रहेगा. Clear? So that is what is the duality property, and that will be very much clear when we solve the numerical. Xt will have the Fourier transform x of omega. Now if I am replacing this omega by t, this is going to be my function capital X of t, and if I take the Fourier transform of this one, this will be equals to 2 pi x of minus omega. Now what is this x of minus omega? This is the original xt that we have taken. I am replacing this t by minus omega. ठीक है, so this one is again an important property, duality property, and one more was there which is a conjugation property. Let us just do that also, and then we'll solve the numerical. Conjugation property. Conjugation property states that if xt is having a Fourier transform x of omega, then x conjugate t will have Fourier transform capital X conjugate minus omega. ठीक है, if xt is having a Fourier transform x of omega, then x का conjugate t अगर हम लेते हैं, it will have Fourier transform capital X का conjugate minus omega. That will be not directly omega, that will be minus omega. So that is what is the conjugation property. Now let's go back to the numerical again. This was our numerical. This was saying that cos of omega naught t into ut. Now as per our modulation property, we already know if I multiply cos omega ct into xt, I get this as a Fourier transform, right? Now according to the modulation property, we have got this thing. Okay? Now what is my xt here? What is my xt? Yes, what is my xt, students? Are you just with me or not? What is the xt in my question? Yes? xt in our question is nothing but u of t. Just look at this question. xt is u of t. Here it is u of t. ठीक है? And we know what is the Fourier transform of u of t. That we have already done in previous lecture. The Fourier transform of u of t, it is equals to pi del omega plus 1 by j omega. This is the Fourier transform of the unit step function. Fourier transform of unit step function is pi del omega plus 1 by j omega that we have already calculated in previous lectures. Okay? So we just need to put it in this particular formula. Now since the Fourier transform of u of t, now what is this actually? This is nothing but our x of omega. If this is my xt, okay? If u of t is my xt. Now in this one I am multiplying cos of omega naught t. तो cos omega naught t अगर मैं multiply कर रही हूँ, then cos of omega naught t is getting multiplied by u of t, then this is half of x omega minus omega c plus x of omega plus omega c. So wherever I am having my omega, that will be changed with this one. That becomes 1 by 2 pi. Pi will be taken outside. That is then omega minus omega naught. Here it is omega naught plus then omega plus omega naught. ठीक है, this is this part of the question, this part of the Fourier transform plus 1 by j omega minus omega naught, 1 by j omega minus omega naught plus 1 by j omega plus omega naught. ठीक है, so that is how it's going to be. मतलब जहां जहां पर ओमेगा है that will be changed to omega minus omega naught and omega plus omega naught. So this is how we'll solve it. And then finally if I take the Fourier transform of cos of omega naught t into ut, it will be 1 by 2. Again I'm taking pi outside. Inside it will be del omega minus omega naught. The pi is multiplied by del omega plus omega naught. This is the first part, and the second part will be plus 1 by 2 taken out. Solving this one, if I solve this one, this will be j omega plus j omega naught, this goes up, plus j omega minus j omega naught by, when this gets multiplied, this becomes j omega square minus, sorry, j omega naught square minus j omega naught का whole square. ठीक है, so that is j omega square, ये j omega रहेगा, and that will be j omega naught का whole square. So this is how it will be, and then finally when you solve this, Fourier transform of cos of omega naught t ut, it's going to be 1 by 2. Inside it will be pi del omega minus omega naught plus del omega plus omega naught. ठीक है, तो ये तो पार्ट एज इट इज रहेगा, एंड दिस विल बी प्लस j omega. After solving this one, this becomes j omega square plus omega naught का square. ठीक है, so this is going to be the answer for Fourier transform of cos of omega naught t ut. That is just by making use of the property we have to solve the numerical. Similarly, if we can multiply cosine of omega naught t, we will get a different answer that we can solve later. Now coming to the next question. Next question is, if xt is e to the power minus at ut, if xt is e to the power minus at ut, then in that case we can directly find the Fourier transform of e to the power minus at into ut, and it will be integration minus infinity to infinity. Xt is this one, e to the power minus at ut e to the power minus j omega t dt. Directly putting in the formula of Fourier transform, then since it is ut, so integration will be 0 to infinity e to the power minus a plus j omega t dt, and the answer is 1 by a plus j omega. We have already done this question, so the answer will be 1 by a plus j omega. Now if we have to take the Fourier transform of e to the power e to the power 18 and u of minus 3, it will be 1 by a minus j omega. So these are the results that we can even directly use. Since it is e to the power minus 80 into ut, it will be 1 by a plus j omega. If I take e to the power 80 into u of minus t, it will be 1 by a minus j omega. Okay? So this is how we can solve. Now let's go into the next question. Now, third one, right? If xt is t times e to the power minus 2t into ut. If xt is t times e to the power minus 2t ut, ठीक है? तो क्या होगा हमारा Fourier transform? In that case, how we can calculate the Fourier transform? Now we have one property which is known as the property of differentiation. Differentiation property. What was that? The differentiation in frequency domain. If you multiply t to xt, अगर हम t xt करते हैं, we get the Fourier transform as d by d omega j times d by d omega of x of omega. So that is what we have to use it. That is t into e to the power minus 2t ut. ये तो हम already निकाल चुके हैं यहाँ पर. e to the power minus 80 into ut का 1 by a plus j omega है. ठीक है? तो similarly this will have 1 by 2 plus j omega, because what is a here? A e to the power minus 80 है, तो यहाँ पर e to the power minus 2t है. So a is 2. So that will become 1 by 2 plus j omega. तो ये आपको 1 by 2 plus j omega हो जाएगा xt. Now since according to differentiation in frequency domain property, ठीक है? Just recall, if t times xt, if I am taking, it will have Fourier transform. t times xt अगर हम ले रहे हैं, तो it will have Fourier transform property of differentiation in frequency domain j times d by d omega of x omega. J times d by d omega of x omega. So this we need to remember, that is the differentiation in frequency domain. So that is what is our question, t times xt. Now what is xt? xt is e to the power minus 2t ut. And what is its Fourier transform? We have already calculated. The Fourier transform is 1 by 2 plus j omega. So this is going to be our x of omega. ठीक है? So if we have to take t times e to the power minus 2t ut, then the Fourier transform will be, according to this property, j times d by d omega of this one, 1 by 2 plus j omega. So we have to differentiate this one. इसको हमें differentiate करना है. Then we'll get the answer. And what is it? The Fourier transform of t times e to the power minus 2t into ut will be equals to, this is already there. It will be 1 by 2 plus j omega का square. So this is the answer. ठीक है? So if I am taking t times e to the power minus 2t ut, if I differentiate it, I will get this as 1 by 2 plus j omega का square. ठीक है? Now we'll solve the next question. Sixth one. Sorry, fourth one. If xt is e to the power j 2t into ut, ठीक है? e to the power j 2t into ut. Now Fourier transform of a ut, of a ut का हमें Fourier transform already पता है. ut का Fourier transform is pi del omega plus 1 by j omega. That you should always remember. Fourier transform of ut is pi del omega plus 1 by j omega. अब हम इसमें क्या करेंगे? Will apply the frequency shifting property. Now what is the frequency shifting property? जिसमें हम लोग का क्या मल्टीप्लाई होता था? Frequency कब शिफ्ट होता था? When we are multiplying e to the power j omega naught t to xt. So according to frequency shifting property, e to the power j omega naught t xt has Fourier transform x of omega minus omega naught. Now if I am multiplying this to xt, the Fourier transform is x of omega minus omega naught. Now these properties are very important, as I have already explained it in the previous lecture. Because of by making use of these properties only we solve the numerical. So we will get the question that it is by j 2t ut. Now we need to understand कि यहाँ पर ये कहाँ पर यूज होता है, कैसे कौन से प्रॉपर्टी में आपका यूज होता है. e to the power j omega naught t, तो a to the power j omega naught t into xt is used in the frequency shifting property and we get the x of omega minus omega naught. Now what is our xt here? As we have already solved, xt is ut. ठीक है, अब इसमें हम लोग को x of omega minus omega naught अप्लाई करना है. And what is our omega naught here? Omega naught is 2. ठीक है, so that is what we have to do. Here, if we apply this one, e to the power j 2t into ut will have Fourier transform pi del omega minus omega naught is 2 plus 1 by j omega minus 2. That's it. This is what is going to be our Fourier transform of this particular function. e to the power j omega naught t ut. ut हमें पता है pi del omega plus 1 by j omega होता है. Now here it is, since it is x of omega minus omega naught, directly whatever is our x omega उसमें हम omega minus omega naught apply कर देंगे. So here it is x of omega मतलब क्या था? pi del omega था, तो omega minus 2 हो गया. Omega naught is 2 here, 1 by j omega था, तो it will become j omega minus 2. That's it. ठीक है. Now let us solve the other question. Fifth one, if x of t e to the power minus 3 u of t minus 2. अब इसमें क्या हो रहा है? इसमें आपका टाइम शिफ्टिंग प्रॉपर्टी यूज हो रहा है. ठीक है, इसमें आपका एक्चुअली दो प्रॉपर्टी यूज हो रहा है. विल सी कि कौन कौन सा प्रॉपर्टी यूज हो रहा है. फर्स्ट वन, अकॉर्डिंग टू time shifting property. According to time shifting property, x of t minus t naught will have Fourier transform. क्या होता है? e to the power minus j, what is it? Minus j omega t naught into x omega. So this is the time shifting property. X of t minus t naught will have Fourier transform. This gets multiplied to x omega. ठीक है, x omega में ये multiply हो जा रहा है. Now if I take u of t, that is, if this is the property, now as I know u of t is this one. ठीक है, so Fourier transform of I directly take e to the power minus 3. Wait. This one is e to the power minus 3t u of t minus 2. Now, first of all, what do we need to know? We need to know that e to the power minus 3t u of t will have Fourier transform, what is it? It will have Fourier transform 1 by what? 3 plus j omega होगा कि this is e to the power minus 2t into ut, sorry minus kt into ut, तो a क्या होता है 1 by a plus j omega, a is 3 here, तो यहाँ पर we are taking u of t minus 2, ठीक है, so e to the power minus 3t into u of t minus 2. Now if this is my xt, first of all let us take if this is my xt and I have to shift it by a value 2, ठीक है, so in that case this becomes x of e to the power minus 3 t minus 2 u of t minus 2. Clear? So this we already know. We'll have to make use of this thing. ठीक है? So this one is xt. अगर ये मेरा xt है, तो I get this as the Fourier transform. Now in this, I'm applying the time shifting property. Time shifting is what? U of t minus 2. कितना मैं shift कर रही हूँ? By a factor of 2 I am shifting. T minus 2, this becomes u of t minus 2. Now what would be my output? That is the Fourier transform of it will be. Fourier transform is what? It will be e to the power minus j omega. Now what is t naught? T naught is 2 and x of omega. X of omega is what? It is 1 by 3 plus j omega. So this is 3 plus j omega. So this is what I will be getting e to the power minus j omega 2. That is minus 2 j omega we can even write. That becomes e to the power minus 2 j omega by 3 plus j omega. But what is our question actually? Our question is just e to the power minus 3t into u of t minus 2. But here it is e to the power minus 3t t minus 2. So according to the linearity property, if I make use of this, this becomes e to the power minus 3t into e to the power into 2 becomes 6. ठीक है? This becomes e to the power 6 and this is u of t minus 2. And what is the Fourier transform of it? It is e to the power minus 2j omega by 3 plus j omega. ठीक है? Now what is the property that will make use of it? That is will make use of the linearity property. That is if x1t has the Fourier transform x2t, then x1 omega and x2t has the Fourier transform x2 omega, then a times x1t will have the Fourier transform a times x1 omega. So this one can be divided both sides. That is e to the power 6 if divided both sides, then e to the power minus 3t into u of t minus 2 will have Fourier transform. What is it? E to the power minus 6 gets multiplied into e to the power minus 2 j omega by 3 plus j omega. According to what? According to the linearity property. To the power minus 3t, that this particular thing that we are dividing both the sides, that is e to the power 6. अगर यहाँ पर divide करेंगे, this gets cancelled out. Here it becomes e to the power minus 6. ठीक है? So that will have the Fourier transform e to the power minus 6 into e to the power minus 2j omega by 3 plus j omega. Clear? So we have made use of two properties. One is the time shifting, another one is the linearity property. These are the two properties that we use. Clear? On the next question, 6th one. Now we have to show that 1 by a plus kt will have Fourier transform 2 by e to the power a omega u of minus omega. ठीक है? So if I have this as a function, then it will have the Fourier transform which is 2 pi e to the power a omega u of minus omega. Can we show this one? Yes, can we show this property? How can we prove it? By making use of duality property. Now, what is the duality property, as we have already discussed in previous, already discussed right now, duality property क्या था? If xt has Fourier transform x omega, then capital X of t, this one x of omega, omega will be replaced by t. It will have Fourier transform 2 by x of minus omega. ठीक है? This one is original xt, the actual xt that will be having t will be replaced by minus omega. Now, what would be our xt so that we will get this as a function? Now, if my xt is e to the power minus at ut, अगर ये मेरा xt है, then in that case, what is the Fourier transform of it? We already know e to the power minus at ut will have the Fourier transform 1 by a plus j omega, right? It is 1 by a plus j omega. E to the power minus at ut will have Fourier transform 1 by a plus j omega. Now this is what we have already studied. Now this one here, this is our x of omega. This one is x of omega. Now if I replace omega by t, this becomes 1 by a plus jt. This becomes 1 by a plus jt, and it will have Fourier transform according to the duality property 2 by, what is my xt? This one. Whenever I am having t, it will be replaced by what? 2 by minus omega. So it becomes 2 by e to the power minus a minus omega u of minus omega. And what is it? It is 2 by e to the power a omega u of minus omega. Now this is what it is asking us, 2 by e to the power a omega u of minus omega. And here we have got according to the duality property. So here we are making use of duality property to solve this one. ठीक है? We have to prove that a 1 by a plus jt, this is 1 by a plus jt. It has the Fourier transform which is 2 by e to the power a omega u of minus omega. Now this is solved by making use of duality property. If xt has the Fourier transform x of omega, then if I am replacing omega by t here, that is I am taking capital X of t, then it will have the Fourier transform 2 by small x of minus omega. That is this xt, t will be replaced by omega. So that is how we are solving. The thing is that we just need to understand कि हमें xt क्या लेना है, ठीक है? From here we can make out कि what should be our xt. That is here it is given 2 by e to the power a omega u of minus omega. Now this is what that here we have to replace omega by मतलब omega t को हम minus omega से replace करते हैं. So that's it. It is very simple. E to the power minus at u of t हो जाएगा. So that is what from there I have taken this one, e to the power minus at into ut will have the Fourier transform 1 by a plus j omega. Omega is replaced by t here. Now this will have Fourier transform 2 by e to the power minus j omega. This t is replaced by minus omega. And here we have got this one. Okay? So that is how we have proved this particular question. Now, one more question, a very simple question. We just need to understand कि कौन सी प्रॉपर्टी हमें यूज करनी है, ठीक है? 7.1 find the Fourier transform of xt which is 1 by t, ठीक है? xt 1 by t है. Now it is given xt as 1 by t. Now how can we obtain the Fourier transform of 1 by t? 1 by t का अगर फॉर्मूला पे लिखते हैं तो it becomes integration minus infinity to infinity 1 by t into e to the power minus j omega t dt. वहाँ पर multiplication by functions आ जाएगा, ठीक है? So that will again become a little complicated. Similarly, if we take we know that is signum t, signum function को हम निकाल चुके हैं. This is 2 by j omega. ये हम ऑलरेडी निकाल चुके हैं. Now why have we taken this one? Because it is 1 by t. तो यहाँ पर हमें 1 by omega फॉर्म मिल रहा है, तो हम यहाँ पर ड्यूअलिटी भी यूज कर सकते हैं, ठीक है। 1 by omega फॉर्म मिल रहा है, तो that is why we can make use of duality property. Now using this one is signum t, using linearity property first. Linearity property j by 2, अगर मैं यहाँ पर j by 2 लेती हूँ, j by 2 signum t, this will have Fourier transform 1 by omega, right? If I am taking signum t has the Fourier transform 2 by j omega, and using the linearity property, अगर मैं j by 2 multiply करती हूँ, I will have the Fourier transform 1 by omega. Now using duality, one by omega can be 1 by t. It will have Fourier transform. It will have Fourier transform. Now what is my xt? xt was this one, ठीक है? 2 pi into j by 2 will be as it is. This will be signum minus omega, ठीक है? What is it? 2 pi small x of minus omega. Now this is xt, ये मेरा xt था, j by 2 signum t के तो 1 by omega है, ठीक है। अब इसमें हमने duality अप्लाई किया, we have applied duality to this particular function, तो यहाँ पर 1 by omega will be 1 by t, 1 by omega will be 1 by t because omega is replaced by t, so this becomes 1 by t. Fourier transform will be 2 by x of minus omega. Now what is x of t here? It is j by 2 signum t, so that will be j by 2 signum of minus omega. Now this can be further written as j by signum minus omega, ठीक है। So that is how we can solve the question. This is how we can solve any of the questions by making use of the properties. We will solve few more questions in the further classes.